now what I will do, I'll just go ahead. We are going to see, this is the flow actually. Okay, this is the pipeline flow. Today, right, we are going to see the multiple phases. I'll tell you what exactly. I'm going to have my Jenkins. Okay, I'm having a Jenkins now. What I will do, I'll be having my own GitHub repo. Okay, from GitHub, right? You take the source code and everything. Once the source code has been taken from here, once source code has been taken from here, what I will do, I'll just going to make a two pipelines basically. Okay, my first pipeline is okay. I'm going to have a three pipelines. So just let's assume it. Okay, so I have a customer requirement. First customer requirement is what we can going to have. I need to set up a okay end-to-end Docker Docker engine. Okay, end-to-end. I need to set up a Docker engine with the images. Okay, from the scratch, right? I need to set up end-to-end Docker setup. So end-to-end means complete. Okay, complete a Docker engine and the respective images, everything. We are going to set it up. Okay. So whatever the images are really needed, the basic scratch setup. See, when any customer needs in our project, when customer needs any Docker setup, brand new Docker setup, they can come simply, they can launch this Jenkins pipeline. This pipeline will do all these things for you. Entire activity, right? Which the pipeline will take care. You don't want to do manually anything. Okay. So installing, updating a local package, installing Docker application, starting the services of Docker, and the Docker images, bringing from the Docker up repo, all those things, right? The Jenkins will be taking care. Even the person who doesn't know the big background of Docker, right? This pipeline will take care of it. This is one of the example. Okay. Similarly, we are going to have another one example, which is okay, which is I'm going to build my own custom Docker image for my client requirement, for my application. Okay, so I am having a Docker where I need to create my own customized image actually. Okay, that way, right? I need to create another pipeline. So there are some other third example. No, we can even see. I have another pipeline. This pipeline, right? Maybe what we can say. This pipeline maybe we would tell like I have a Kubernetes cluster. Okay, I have a Kubernetes cluster. So in this Kubernetes cluster, right, I need to deploy something. Okay, in Kubernetes, I need to, I need to create some deployment. Okay, I need to set up, any replicas, or I need to set up a pod. I need to set up a services. Okay, I need to create an ingress, whatever. Okay, for that, right, I am going to create my own pipeline. So in my, I don't want to log into any of the Kubernetes or nothing. If I'm able to log into my Jenkins, right, if I'm able to, user, when he is logging to the Jenkins, he'll be able to perform all the activity. So for all this activity, right, we are going to, for all this activity, right, we are going to make a pipeline. If you understand the one logic, right, it will be easy. So try to understand it. We can make that as a repeated mode. We can create all the pipelines. Before understanding that, the process looks very bigger, but once you understood, right, it will become very much easy for you. When user is logging to Jenkins, he don't want any Docker access, the AWS console access, Kubernetes deployment access. If you have a Jenkins pipeline, he'll be able to perform all this activity. The special and other different thing about all these resources, right? Basically, from Jenkins will be reaching out to my, for example, I have a Kubernetes cluster. Just imagine. Okay, I have my own Kubernetes cluster. Just imagine this way. Yeah, my cluster is being provisioning in the backend. That's fine. Okay, it's creating without any error. Yeah. So in order to interact, I cannot directly interact, right? I need one EC2 instance or any interface. Okay. I need one VM. So basically, what my Jenkins will do, right? Even this is my pipelines, all I'm good. Okay, understanding the pipeline and things are getting done. All I'm fine. Okay, this is the one. You can explain them the same process in your even in your interview. Okay, there are three scenarios, three pipelines we are going to see. Okay, now what my Jenkins going to do? So from my Jenkins, right, for all these pipelines, okay, from my, all my pipelines, right? Okay, from my Jenkins, I need to reach out to this VM. Only then the VM, through VM only I'll be interacting with my Kubernetes cluster, correct? For that, we are going to use, there is a plugin called SSH agent. Okay, there is a plugin called Jenkins plugins. which is something called SSH-agent. Okay, we need to install that plugin. Only then my Jenkins will, through the SSH agent, it will be interacting in my VMs. Okay, so all these things are happening in the AWS environments, right? So what I need to do, I need to address somewhere around, few prerequisites, which is I need to add my credentials over here in the Jenkins. How Jenkins has GitHub connectivity with GitHub credentials. Such a similar way, I need to make sure Jenkins credentials, something like my AWS EC2 keeper. Okay, GitHub. Okay, GitHub credential, all these things, right? We're supposed to address it. We need to add it on Jenkins credentials. Okay, so this is how the process gonna work. Okay, now our action plan, right? This is what it's exactly. So first I'll be having my Jenkins server. Okay, here I'll be naming my Jenkins server as a master. We can have a master and slave configuration, that's separate concept. This will be my master Jenkins server. From the master, I'm going to set up a 3 pipeline. I'm going to add my credential and all, and get credential and easy to credential, everything I'm going to add it. So then I'm going to make these 3 pipelines. Okay, then I'll be installing my SSH agents. Okay, I'll tell you what are the steps. Okay, step by step I'll tell you. Once you are created your Jenkins server, first you need to change your label. Master, this is a point number 1. Second, you need to add the credential, point number 2. Third, you need to add the plugins, point number 3. Fourth, you will be start working on the pipeline, point number 4. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let me go to my Jenkins console.